Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Photens back with another Escape from Tarkov video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Bitcoin farm. More importantly, we'll be taking a look at how fast it produces Bitcoins, how often we're going to be making our money, and we'll be taking a look with a deep analysis at each Bitcoin graphics card level. We're also going to be talking about how to make some money, how to save some money with these graphics cards. We're going to be doing a full analysis. I'll be showing some charts off, and I highly suggest watching the entire video through because there's a lot of information that you don't want to be missing. Just today, I got my last graphics card to fill up my Bitcoin farm. In my hideout, we can see that I have all 50 of my graphics cards filled up, and I even have a good amount of money to go with it with the 66 mil. I did have a lot more until I bought these 2 extra thick items cases, but I can definitely tell you guys that it is very worth it to get your Bitcoin farm leveled up because I've made a lot of money off of it. All right, if we take a look here, this is actually a chart that I've made for everything you're going to be needing to know. So if you guys are wondering what the actual formulas I used, they are from the Tarkov wiki, and I also did have some extra formulas of myself for the Bitcoins per day and the rubles per day. But everything is accurate here. All of this goes to assume Bitcoins are 750k. Now, right now, they are actually around 770k on the flea market. If we go take a look right here, 760k, 68k. But the chart that I'm using does assume that they go for 750. That's because I took a little bit of room in case it falls, which it most likely will. But every single number besides the rubles per day will be accurate, unless if they make changes. So if we take a look at the most left column, this is the number of graphics cards that we're going to be having. So it goes from 1 all the way to the max of 50. Then we have items per hour. So the items are Bitcoins, and that's how many Bitcoins we'll be making an hour. This is kind of irrelevant. It doesn't really mean much. It's mainly used for these other formulas that I used. So the next one is pretty important, hours for 1. So the 1 being the Bitcoin. So how many hours is it going to take to produce 1 Bitcoin? As you can see, for the 50 graphics cards, it's 7.4, and that would equate to around 7 hours and 20 something minutes. And you guys can take a look at the lower half. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to be linking this Google Sheets in the description down below, so you guys can check it out for yourselves. I know that different people have different amount of graphics cards and they want to see the information for how much they have. So I'll be leaving it down there because it's kind of hard to show it all off at once. I will, however, make a really quick scroll so you guys can pause and see how many you have and the information with it. So proceeding for Bitcoins per day, that's how many Bitcoins you'll be producing per day, obviously. So for 50 graphics cards, it's a little over 3. Obviously, the 0.2 is meaningless. You're only going to be producing 3, but that extra little bit is going to be adding on top. And finally, we have rubles per day. For a max Bitcoin farm, it's 2.4 million, assuming that Bitcoins are worth 750k, which they are around right now. They're a little over that, but this is still around a ballpark estimate. So that's going to be a ton of money, 2.4 million rubles per day for literally doing nothing. All right, so let's talk about graphics cards. So the graphics cards do right now go for around 1.6 mil, I believe, but we'll check right here. 1.57. So yeah, around 1.6 mil. They're going for a lot of money. So the thing that's been going on is how I find my graphics cards was I'll actually link on the top a video of all the graphics card spawns I used, and I'll also put in the description down below so you guys can do that afterwards of watching this video. But it was a very successful video. It's like my most viewed video. It was like 20 something K views. I know it's not a lot, but it was the best for myself, and I showed off all the different graphics card spawns that I used to farm these things. Now, it's important that I mention that before, it was a silent nerf that they took on the graphics card spawn rate, and before that, I did farm these things like crazy, and I managed to find like 20 in 1 week, and like I managed to find like 4 or 5 in a day. Now, running the same routes, I'll be lucky to find 1 or 2 a day. So it is a little hard, and it's important to also say that there is no skill involved with any of this. This is all hours put into the game, and I just managed to put a lot of hours into the game. That's how I got all my graphics cards and got my Bitcoin farm leveled up all the way. But I can definitely attest to it being worth it. There's a lot of money to be made. It's a great investment, not great to buy though. If you need it, you want to be finding these graphics cards. You don't want to really be spending your own money on it. And a great thing about maxing out your graphics card farm is that if I die in raid with any graphics cards on me, and they're inside of my actual gamma container, or actually I have the kappa container. So if they're inside my kappa container, you know, I went into a raid, I died with a graphics card inside my kappa, I come out, I put the graphics cards inside my kappa. What I actually can do is go to my Bitcoin farm, and I can start taking graphics cards out until I get a found in raid graphics card. So actually these stay found in raid once you put them in. So if I have a found in raid graphics cards, which I have like 20 of them, I can take that one out, put the non-found in raid one, and sell the found in raid one for 1.6 mil, and I'll still have my 50 graphics cards stuck inside of my Bitcoin farm, and I'll have an extra 1.6 mil with it. Also, that being said, you could as well sell the graphics cards straight up if you survive your raids. So obviously that's a no-brainer, but a little tip that I gave is if you do die with it, you can actually still benefit from that. So once you do run out of found raid graphics cards in your Bitcoin farm, then you unfortunately will start having to sell to therapists for 100K each. Unless you want to keep them and give them to your friends, that's also an option. But if you're looking to make money yourself, you're going to have to sell them. And they sell for around 112K to therapists. So that's not a whole lot of money compared to making it out alive. With all of that said, there's a whole lot of information here that goes along with finding these things and upgrading your hideout. I'm not going to be going over the hideout upgrades because you could easily search that up on the Tarkov wiki and it'll just take a whole lot of time to actually explain. But the most important thing is these numbers right here. As we can see here, once we go from the 1 to 20 GPUs, it's the biggest difference. So we're gonna be producing around a Bitcoin per 25 hours if we only have one graphics card. Once we get 20, however, we're gonna be producing around 2 a day. So that's like 13 hours for one. So that's only 20 graphics cards, but it does make you around an extra Bitcoin each day. And if we double that and go up to the 50 mark, so that's 20 to 30 graphics cards now, because we're going to 50, you know, 50 minus 20 equals 30, you guys get it. Then we're gonna be making that extra one more Bitcoin. So the way it would work is, this is estimates, of course. For one graphics card, it will be a Bitcoin per day. For 20, it will be 2 Bitcoins per day, and for max, it will be around 3. Now, obviously, the numbers in between of the graphics cards, like 1, 2, and 3 graphics cards, they all produce around the same. These are just estimates, but it's just something to keep in mind in the back of your head. Overall, the Bitcoin farm has made me a ton of money, and there was a lot of information in that spreadsheet that I showed off about how much money it does make. Once again, finding these things is really hard. Please watch the video. It was a great video, and if you guys are having difficulties finding them, that could help you guys out. Also, if you guys want to check out me on my Twitch, I just got my kappa. We're going for the Adidas tracksuit. You guys want to see my journey through that? Please check out the links down below, as well as my Discord server where we drop announcements for my YouTube uploads and also my Twitch. My final thoughts is that these graphics card farms are definitely worth it. It makes you a ton of money, especially if you're not playing. It gives you some extra money to mess around with, to run some gear sets you usually wouldn't. And you can even go into labs with the extra money if you usually don't like to play labs because it costs too much money. Ever since I got my Bitcoin farm maxed out, I've been running a lot more H-grids and slicks and some expensive ammo and weaponry. Definitely worth it. It's a lot of fun. It changes up your playstyle a ton. So I would definitely advise that you guys try to level that up as quickly as possible. Keep your graphics cards. Don't be selling them, and don't be buying them either. You definitely want to keep this, and the real benefits is once you do max it out, then you can start selling those graphics cards for 1.6 mil each. On top of that, you're gonna be making 3 Bitcoins a day. So you're gonna be making 2 point something mil per day, and on top of that, you're also gonna be selling them for 1.6 mil. So you could make a ton of money just off that. Hopefully this video was insightful and taught you guys something you didn't already know. The 50 graphics card Bitcoin farm is pretty fast, and it makes you a ton of money. But I bet y'all already knew that. All right, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. Have a blessed day and peace out.